Today we're going to be talking about photojournalism. We're going to do this as part of a unit. However, this first section, Lesson 1, Part 1, is going to be an introduction to photojournalism. As always, everything will be available in the resource links. You will find your lesson. It'll look like this. So this is what you're looking for in the resource link. So as always, you will have your anchor standards, your ISTA standards, your enduring understanding that you should be thinking about in the process of learning all of this, and essential questions you should be considering while you're in the learning process. You will have a video link here, which will be what you will be clicking on to be able to watch this video. However, it's not there right now because I'm obviously taping it. But the first thing I want you to do is you are going to click on this link, and it's going to take you to a blog that actually, I'll go ahead and show you. It's titled, What is Photojournalism and How to Become a Photojournalist? That's pretty self-explanatory. Sorry, stuttering today and getting tongue-tied. Happens to everyone though. But you are going to read this article. It has a lot of good information. It's short and it's fairly simple to read, but it really does give you a quick and fairly broad overview of photojournalism and what it takes to get in it. As you will find out in the article, photojournalism is a field that's becoming more and more difficult to get into because, well, everybody has a camera now, and a lot of people take 50, 100 pictures in an event, and they're liable to get one or two that's going to actually be good. But to be a photojournalist, you have to be able to take photographs consistently and not just it be a hit and a miss. So I hope you'll enjoy this article. Like I said, it's short, so it gives you some tips for taking good photographs and how to practice to become a photojournalist. I don't want to tell you too much because I'm hoping you'll be interested, and that will kill it if I tell you everything. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to listen to this TED Talk. David Griffin is the editor or director for National Geographic. He is, well, exceptionally knowledgeable about photojournalism. He's been doing it a long time, and he is an amazing photojournalist himself. He's going to talk about photographs, the impact it has on us, and he's going to show you some photo series that and talk about some of those that are in photojournalism and why it takes more than just being an amateur photographer to be a photojournalist. All right, after that, well, actually, before you take and start to watch that TED Talk, as always, I want you to open up the TED Talk worksheet and use it as you go along to help guide what you're learning. It will help you look for specific information. It will help save you time from having to go back and rewatch it sometimes 2 or 3 times to be able to get that information. If you kind of read over it, make sure you know what you're looking for before you start, and actually use that and keep that in the back of your mind while you're watching the video. After that, the next thing you are going to do on the list is you're going to look up 3 websites that have additional information. Read or watch the material. It can be a video or, as I said, something that you read. And I want you to write down that information. You're going to share that in class on Monday when you come in. As always, we're going to have small group discussions, 2 to 3 people. You're going to talk about photojournalism, the impact of photographs on the viewer. You're going to share some of those websites. I want you to have taken a few notes. It doesn't have to be anything extensive. You will use that in another section of Monday's work, which we'll get to in a minute. But after that short discussion, I want all of you to come up with questions to ask the class and things to talk about that really pique your interest about photojournalism. And in the class discussion, we're going to spend about 15 minutes having a talk. There's not that many of us. We have a very small class, so that should be sufficient for time to be able to discuss the photojournalism. And after we have had that discussion, I want you to write 1 or 2 paragraphs about what photojournalism is, the impact of it, what you learned in the class discussion, and I would like you to reference those websites that you used. So, as I said, take a couple of notes, and you can add that into your paper, and make sure you save the URLs so that that can be added in. And before leaving class, you're going to, of course, clean your area, and then you're going to fill out your student survey about the lesson, and you know what that looks like. I use a generic one. You, of course, know that at the bottom it asks for if you're going to be interested in using this in your portfolio, why or why not. Make sure that you add that this is for photojournalism, and then you can from there go on to answer why or why not you would choose to use this in your portfolio. Answer the questions honestly. I don't get upset. Of course, don't be rude, but your honest answers help me to develop better lessons. So remember that, keep that in mind, and that's going to be it for Monday. So I hope that this video has been a little helpful on covering what we're going to be going over. I want you to have a great weekend. I'm trying not to take up too much of your time with all of this. But as I said, have a great weekend, and see you on Monday.